Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. I hope everyone is having a good day today. And today for our little project, we're going to do a trifold pocket insert. I thought it was a fun little project. I had a lot of fun making it, so let's get started. I used cardstock, colored cardstock for my background, or for the backing of my little folder. And the measurements for this is cut your cardstock. Now I cut this off of a full piece of cardstock. Cut your cardstock. It's 4.25 inches by 11 inches wide. And then you just score it at 3.5, 7, and 10 3/8. Now, of course, I have this already cut. I have everything inked. Have my corners rounded. Just do everything in advance. Then my video can move along a little bit faster. And on the edge of the cardstock over here, there was a little piece left after the fold to cut off, and I just cut on the left side of the score line. And when you fold it, you just fold it from right to left. That gives you a little bit of space here, and then your outside flap just covers over. And then you can keep this for stamping on or just discard it. And then some of the other little pieces that we're going to use out of the cardstock is we need to cut 3 tags. And we need to cut these tags, and these are approximate sizes, so it just depends on what size you make your card. These are approximately, and I'm going by the length first, 3.25 by 2.25. So we need 3 of them. And then I need 2 of these tags at 2 inches down by 2 5/8 across. And then I need 1 at 1 3/4 by 2 5/8. Now this one is just barely smaller than that, but the original one is 1 3/4 by 2 5/8. And this is another project that's good, you know, for using your scraps. Hope I didn't have that up too far. So in our printed paper for our backgrounds and our pockets, we need 3 pieces cut. Now, this is dimensional, so depending on the way your design runs, now I have these cut 2 different ways because my paper was not a full-size sheet of paper. So for my backgrounds, I cut these going crossways, the design going crossways. So I cut these at 3 3/4 down by 3 inches wide, and I need 3 of them. And then I needed 3 pockets, and they're 2 1/4 inches long by 3 inches wide. Now, make sure we have it the right way. So I'm going to do my outside first. So we'll move these aside. And on the outside, the square that is to the right is going to be your front page. So you just have to keep that in mind. This is your front page. And we'll just look at this one real quick. So this is my outside. And then I have the other two, the center and the back. So let's see, I'll just use my Fabri-Tac. Like I say, I have everything already inked. And if you don't like to ink, you don't have to. Just kind of separates the printed paper from your background. And I cut these so they were smaller than the cardstock, just to give a border around it. Like I say, I had a lot of fun making this project, a lot of bright colors and lace and some little gems. Once you get your pieces all cut out and everything, it goes together pretty fast. Try to get that a little straighter. And you can use, if you like to use glue stick, you can use glue stick when you're putting these on also. I use glue stick once in a while for certain things. It's not my most favorite. Now we're going to turn it to the inside. We're going to put our pockets on. And we're only going to glue the 3 sides. I'm going to get my smaller tip now. Otherwise, my pocket won't be very wide. Sometimes I like to use the colorful cardstock and the colorful paper. And I just leave it up a little from the bottom and in from the sides. And even with the design going up and down, it doesn't look bad. Just looks like a master board or something like that. It's just the way you cut your paper. But unfortunately, I couldn't run them all the same way. So I think it looks good either way. And there we go. Now, while them are drying, I'm going to go back to the front. And down here on the bottom, I just want to make little pockets with the lace so we can stick our little cards in. That's not the one I want. On my original one, my lace was a little bit wider, but I didn't have a wide green lace. So this one will work just fine. You just kind of use what you have, and that'll hold that in there. You just want to make sure you do a very shallow bead of glue, especially across the bottom. And that looks good. Do the next one. Got it sticking to my fingers now. And the lace is just cut the width of the background piece. You can have it however of a narrow piece of lace or wide. You could even use ribbon. And then you might just have to trim off the little pieces on the edges. You just cut all of them to begin with. This one fits a little better here. I just like to have all my stuff ready in advance. Just moves along a little faster. And then when the glue dries, I can just trim them off a little bit. And see, the tag fits in there nice. All right, now let's turn it over. We'll just flip back and forth here. Now, I have lace that goes across the center of these. I cut that off a little bit, that's quite wide. Okay, and I'm just going to run just a bead of glue across the center. This is just to make the pocket look a little more fancy, just dress it up a little bit. Just try to make them look like they're about the same height on each one. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then after that's dry, I can trim that off also. And I know them are not exactly the same, but that's just fine. All right, now I used a little flower punch that I had just to cut out 3 little flowers to put on here. And I just kind of went around the petals with my ink. Doesn't show up a whole lot, but up close you can see it. Now I have some little gems that I'm going to put on here. And just let me grab them and I'll be right back. Okay. Now we can just, oh, I already glued them down. Alright, so I think on this end we'll put a little yellow one. And this is completely optional. It's however you want to decorate it. Wants to stick to my finger instead of the little flower. And then I think we'll put a clear one on this one. And I think it'll show up okay. Just gives it a little glitzy look. And down here on the end, because there's pink in the paper, I'm going to put a little bit of pink. And these little gems have sticky stuff on the back, but they don't stick very good, so I take the sticky off and I glue them. Alright, now we're going to turn this back over. And up on top here, I just want to put this lace across here. Let me cut this down. Let me see. Right there. Because I'm going to put a little word up there. Or a little phrase of encouragement. Move that up just a little tiny bit. There. And our little encouragement is going to be cherished today. And then on each side of that, I'm going to put a little green gem. So we'll put it there, right on the end. Oops, there goes my glue. It's running away. And I'll put one on that end. And I think that makes it look nice. Now since we have the little gems on the flowers in here, I just want to put some on the outside too, just at the top. Let me see, where'd we put them? Because I don't want to put them in the same spot. So we'll put yellow in the center. And I'm just going to put them at the top in the center. Just as another little glitzy thing. Help to dress it up a little bit. Let's see. So we'll put the pink one down here. It wouldn't matter if they're in the same spot, because you're not going to see both of them at the same time anyway. And then the clear one we'll put down here. Get it in the center. Okay, there we go. So, on our tags, I already added the lace as like the little pull, your little pull tag. Figured it would take a little too long to do all of that. Now wait a minute, I have to get the shorter one for over here so it stays down below our little sentiment. Put these here. And that's our front. Now inside, just because this background is blank, I just inked around some dictionary flowers. And when you take your little card out, it'll just be a little surprise decoration. With your tag in, you won't even see it sitting there. I just thought it was a cute little addition. Something you can do or you don't have to do. Okay. And our tags will go in there. And on the tags, you can journal on the front and back both, because they're blank. And this will fold in, and this will fold in. And even though there's gems, that doesn't matter. I'm going to put Velcro to hold them shut. Cover up my glue. So I'm going to put my Velcro just above that pocket. I'm just using the little mini self-adhesive Velcros. So I just put that above there. And then it'll just fold right over, attach right there. And then when you open it up, you just have your pockets. You can turn it over for your back pockets. And sometimes you just have to let this Velcro sit. So then I'll show you the original one that I made. I just have happy thoughts on this one. Opens the same way with my tags inside, my tags on the outside. This lace was a little bit wider. That's why I say you can do the wider lace or you can do the narrower lace. It's just completely up to you. This lace looks like it's on here cockeyed, but this lace is old, so it's kind of stretched. But it's all good. So, I hope everyone enjoyed my video. If you did, I ask that you give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you next time. Bye.